So, do you see what happened to my monkey? It seems it shrinked a little. It lost some weight. You see the shape in blue here? It is not very good. But sometimes, I don't know, sometimes in graphics, maybe this effect is okay and nice, but not this time. It changes the stroke that I've put on the monkey, changes the shape of the monkey. So you select it if not yet selected, and you have the option here to put the stroke inside of the vector, because you see the stroke is just either part of the vector, inside of the vector or outside of the vector. Both ways will work. They will keep the shape of the monkey intact, visible, but okay, I put it outside. I think it is best to put it outside of the monkey. Okay. So, other things to do. You see that we have some angles here. We'll cancel them by making them round here. Round join. So the angles are converted into round. Maybe it's better. These options are not relevant here because they work only on opened shape. And we don't have any opened shape here. We only have 4 closed shape. So this is not relevant here. Okay. I'll make it 6 points now. 6 points weight for the stroke. And I save it. I save the file onto the hard drive. Of course, you see that I'm changing the number of the file a lot of time here. That's a little trick to make sure that I don't lose any of the things that I do. If I make a real big mistake in my document, I'll still be able to go back into the history of the document that way. I think you must work that way too. It is quite a nice way to work. Okay, so now we have a monkey, great. We'll make a pattern with it, so we'll make several monkeys close to each other, and they will fill any shape. So let's try that. First, we'll experiment with some patterns which already exist. So you go into the rectangular tool in the toolbar here. You go into the menu. You go into that vertical bar, just on the right of the menu. It is not decorative, it is useful. It serves a purpose. When you release the mouse, you have a floating panel which shows all of these tools. And it works with other tools too. You see? But I will not use these tools today. Okay, so you choose the ellipse tool and you'll make a shape, or you may use the polygon tool if you wish, and you make a shape, a large shape like that. Okay, I move it with the black arrow. And if I want to increase the size of the shape, I'll use, as in design, I'll use the free transform tool and grab the handle, and with the shift key and shift and alt, if I want, I change the size of the shape. Okay, quite a large shape. It will hold the pattern I'll make with the monkey later. Later I'll make a pattern with my monkey, and they will fill the shape here. But first, let's try with some other patterns. Okay, everybody has the shape, the large shape, no problem. Okay, so in the shape is selected, and in the toolbar you make the fill swatch in front of the stroke swatch. And you have here some patterns in the swatches panel of the document. I will increase the size of the thumbnails. I'll go in the menu and choose large thumbnail view. Okay, so I see them clearly here. As you can see, some of them have holes, they have transparency. It's not a problem. It's really nice that it is possible to put transparency to patterns. Okay, it works. Maybe if it doesn't work, you forgot to put the fill swatch in front of the stroke swatch. You forgot to select the shape. You always have to select the shape you're working on in Illustrator as in InDesign. In fact, those two softwares are some kind of cousins because they both work vectors. They both work with vectors, InDesign being more text-oriented and Illustrator being more graphic-oriented. Okay, so we have some other patterns, still transparency. This one too. Okay, we'll go and grab some panels with patterns. So you go in the swatches panel in the menu, library menu, and we have patterns here. Patterns. I will choose decorative legacy. These are all the patterns which shows all patterns from the 19th century and so on. Okay, same as for the swatches panel of the document. I've chosen in the menu a large thumbnail view. So this panel is not modifiable. You cannot add or remove anything, but you will be able to put them into the swatches panel of the document just by selecting them. It appears automatically in the swatches panel of the document. Okay, good. Okay. Now I will ask you to choose this pattern or any pattern which have a direction into it. You see the direction of the waves here. For example, this pattern, no direction. It is all plain pattern. I don't know how to say it, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. So if you are able to choose this pattern, it is nice. For the next things, I will explain to you about how to change the size of a pattern, the direction, also inside of a shape. This one is nice too. You see, you can feel the direction, the lines of things into it. Okay. So, how to increase the size of the pattern into that shape? You have to select the shape, of course. And then you have this tool, the scale tool, and you double click on the scale tool. And in the box here, you will choose transform patterns, and you will uncheck transform objects because I don't want to change the size of the object, but only the pattern inside of the object. You preview, and you change the percent here, 200, hit the tab key on the keyboard, and you must see that the pattern increases in size. Okay?